Hello there. Welcome back to Top 10 Amazing Facts. We know you've heard of Romeo and Juliet, but what if I told you that Shakespeare may not have written all of his plays, or that he invented over 1,700 English words? Stick around for 10 surprising Shakespeare facts they never taught you in school. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more amazing facts every day. Fact number 10, he wasn't always famous. William Shakespeare was an English playwright, poet, and actor. He was born in April of 1564 in Stratford-upon-Avon, Warwickshire. He was born to a middle-class family who were one of the wealthier families in the town. His father was a glove maker and local official, and his mother was the daughter of a local farmer. He married young at the age of 18 to Anne Hathaway, whom he married in a hurry because she was already pregnant by him. And they had 3 children, Susanna and twins Hamnet and Judith. Due to this fact, as well as social and financial constraints, he never attended university. During Shakespeare's lifetime, he wasn't seen as the greatest writer of all time. He was rated as merely one among many talented playwrights and poets. His fame exploded only after his death. In fact, many of his plays were nearly lost forever until friends compiled them in the first folio in 1623. Fact number 9, the authorship mystery. Some scholars believe Shakespeare didn't write his own plays. Theories point to people like Christopher Marlowe or Francis Bacon as the real authors. One of the chief arguments of those who doubt his authorship is that Shakespeare lacked the education and experience to have produced such a wide-ranging body of work. The debate is still going on today, even though most experts agree that William Shakespeare of Stratford-upon-Avon was indeed the true playwright. Fact number 8. He created over 1,700 words. Shakespeare literally reshaped the English language. He coined words like bedroom, lonely, fashionable, and even swagger. Shakespeare's plays and poems contain the first recorded use of over 1,700 words in the English language. He also coined many common phrases. Expressions like wild goose chase, break the ice, and I haven't slept a wink all originated from his works. His creative use of language has left a permanent mark on how we speak today. Fact number 7. Women couldn't act in his plays. In Shakespeare's time, women were banned from acting on stage in England because it was considered immoral and indecent for women to participate in public performances, especially for money. So, all female roles like Juliet or Lady Macbeth were played by young men and boys in makeup and wigs. Some men even specialized in playing female characters. Even though women were not allowed to perform in plays, they were involved in the theatrical industry behind the scenes. Fact number 6. Shakespeare was a businessman. Shakespeare didn't just write, he was also a successful businessman. He invested in real estate, operated theaters, and earned money as an actor. He was a sharer in Lord Chamberlain's Men, later King's Men, an acting company that owned and operated theaters like the Globe. This made him a significant investor in the entertainment industry. He was also involved in grain trading, buying and storing grain to sell at higher prices, especially during periods of scarcity, and engaged in money lending. He wasn't a starving artist. He was a savvy businessman who made a small fortune during his career. Fact number 5. He was incredibly productive. While running businesses, having a family, and performing on stage, Shakespeare still produced an astonishing body of work: 39 plays, 154 sonnets, and 3 long narrative poems and a few other verses, all without modern tools or even consistent lighting. He averaged nearly 2 major works a year for over 2 decades. He is often called England's national poet and the Bard of Avon, or simply the Bard. The term bard originally described Celtic poet-singers who composed and recited verses about heroic deeds. Over time, it became synonymous with a revered poet, and Shakespeare earned this distinction due to his profound impact on literature and language. The Avon part of the title comes from Stratford-upon-Avon, the town where Shakespeare was born and raised. Fact 4. He wrote during the plague. He survived for this period were he joined a traveling acting troupe and began honing his craft. A famous story suggests he fled Stratford after poaching deer from a local noble's estate, though this is likely folklore. He may have worked as a horse attendant at London theaters, gradually rising in the theatrical world. Historians call this period the lost years, because no records exist of what he was doing. There is a complete lack of documentation, no letters, no official records, and no mention in contemporary sources. The term reflects the historical gap in knowledge about one of the world's most famous writers during formative years of his life. Fact 2. His family was nearly forgotten. Shakespeare had 3 children, but none of his direct descendants survived past the 17th century. His wife Anne died 7 years after him in 1663. Susanna, their eldest daughter, married and had a daughter named Elizabeth. Hamnet, Shakespeare's only son, died of the plague at the age of 11 in 1596. His twin sister Judith married and had 3 sons, all of whom died before her. Elizabeth, Susanna's daughter, died in 1670 at the age of 62. Despite 2 marriages, she had no children and was the last surviving descendant of Shakespeare. His family line died out, meaning no living descendants of the bard exist today. Fact 1. He died on his birthday. Shakespeare was born on April 23, 1564, and died on the same date in 1616, on his 52nd birthday. A poetic end for one of the world's greatest writers. He is believed to have died from a fever, possibly typhoid, after a drinking bout with fellow writers. Bonus fact: Shakespeare's birthplace in Stratford-upon-Avon is a beautifully preserved 16th century house where William Shakespeare was born and raised. It is now a museum managed by the Shakespeare Birthplace Trust, offering visitors a chance to explore his childhood home and learn about his life and legacy. What you can expect: historical exhibits. Discover rare objects from the Trust's world-class collections and learn about Shakespeare's family life. Interactive experiences. Costumed guides bring Shakespeare's story to life, sharing fascinating insights about his upbringing and career. Beautiful gardens. Walk through the gardens where Shakespeare may have played as a child. Special exhibitions. New for summer 2025, the museum will feature an exhibition called Becoming Shakespeare, exploring how his surroundings influenced his creativity. Shakespeare was more than just a writer. He was a legend with layers still being uncovered. Which fact surprised you the most? Drop it in the comments. And if you love uncovering amazing truths, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share our videos. Thanks for watching and see you in the next countdown.